Well, Sabbath greetings to everyone. I'm trying to get my whole head in the frame here in my iPad. Sabbath greetings. I hope you had a great week. I wanted to just give you just a few words here after the end of a very, very busy week in just a lot of planning and trying to finish up a lot of the plans for the feast. Mr. Long's doing a fantastic job of getting everything organized here, and it's all coming together. You know, we've had a few little, already a few little minor hiccups come along, but we're addressing those, taking care of those so we can all be prepared for the feast. I hope you're preparing. Of course, we have to prepare physically. We've got a lot of things that need to be done when we leave for that long a period of time, but certainly the most important is to be prepared spiritually, be prepared to hear the messages and to take in all the messages. We are there to learn. We're there to learn to fear God always. So it is a learning time. Of course, it's very enjoyable as well. We get to do extra shopping and fellowshipping and spending time in special activities we wouldn't do otherwise. So obviously that's all wonderful, but we want to certainly remember that there are certainly spiritual reasons for us to be there, to learn, and we all want to be as prepared for that as we possibly can be. I wanted to comment that we had some tremendous TWPs in Peoria and Springfield. And as I've mentioned so many times before, you never really know what you're going to get. But we had a very, very good turnout for both Peoria and Springfield. Very encouraging turnout. And some very, very sincere and very interested individuals in both of those locations. And so, Mr. Wolfley did a fantastic job of preparing for those and being ready for our guests. Mr. Milich and I spoke both in Peoria and in Springfield. And they just went very, very well. Appreciate all the support of the brethren, your prayers, and those of you who were there. If you're watching, thank you for being there and supporting those in that way. The local brethren, and we had some others that came from other areas, St. Louis specifically, and other areas in Indiana, and I just wanted to say how much we appreciate having them there as well. It just made for a very special weekend. Of course, it's always a pleasure being able to spend time with the Wolfleys and the Milliches who were there. Actually, it was just Mr. Milich. Mrs. Milich didn't come on this trip, but Mr. Milich was there, and had the opportunity to spend time with him and Mr. Bueno, who is in ministerial training there in Kansas City. So it was a very, very enjoyable time. My wife and I went. We left the kids here locally to spend time with local brethren here and go to services in Milwaukee, but we had a tremendous time there, and I'm pretty certain we're going to see some wonderful fruits coming from those TWPs. And so appreciate your continued prayers with regard to the TWPs there, and also the upcoming TWP shortly after the feast in Joliet, Illinois. We're planning, still have no idea who's coming here for that TWP in Joliet, but certainly appreciate your prayers with regard to that and the growth happening around the world. We certainly want to pray that God will continue to provide the increase that we need to sustain this work and to grow the work and continue to preach the gospel as those doors are opening up to us. So again, I appreciate you all very much. I hope you have a tremendous Sabbath wherever you plan to keep it this Sabbath. I mix things up again as I do so often. I apologize for that, but depending on what's going on, sometimes I do make some changes in the schedule, which is why I always put that asterisk on the schedule that says that these schedules are always subject to change. So this week we are planning to be in Dubuque. We haven't been there in a while. It seems like things have just been coming up and I've had to change my plans. So this time we are very much looking forward to and planning on being in Dubuque for services. We look forward to seeing you all there. The rest of you, I hope you have a tremendous Sabbath. We're getting very, very, very close to the Fall Holy Days, and appreciate your prayers for myself and certainly for all the rest of the ministry, as it does tend to be a very busy time of year just in terms of planning and writing, lots of sermons going on. We certainly hope and pray that those will be inspired of God. So appreciate your prayers in that regard, and I love you all. I hope you have a tremendous Sabbath, a fulfilling Sabbath. We look forward to seeing most of you, a good many of you, 5 out of the 6 congregations we'll look forward to seeing in Janesville very soon at the Feast of Trumpets. So I love you all. Take care. Love each other. Have a tremendous Sabbath. And we'll talk to you all again really, really soon. Have a great Sabbath. Take care.